Hari Om to everyone, all the Atmajyotis, divine light of the self. So welcome back to Dharma Kshetra and welcome back to Bhagavad Gita. So we are picking up from chapter 16, which is called the Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. So again and again, God is giving us pointers as what are the godly qualities that will take us to Him and what are the asuric qualities that will take us away from our goal. So just 4 verses in this chapter we need to study, which is more than enough. And it can be a little overwhelming. So it can give us a complex, oh my God, where am I? This is basically for our own self assessment and correction. Where am I in life? So to see that, we have to go through this chapter, but no need to be overwhelmed. So we'll all be somewhere on the way. So that's great. And God says, no, as long as you're on the path, you will come to me. So we cannot all be 100% of all the Daivi Sampat. Definitely we are nowhere near the Asuri Sampat. So we are all good. And let us see what are these qualities that God is talking about. Sorry. Just a minute, I need to enter people, admit. Yes. Good morning, people. Welcome. We'll start with chanting these qualities now.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. So the first shloka itself says, abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam. Yes, people can chant. Very easy, simple qualities. Start Nirmala. Abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam. Okay, who will go? Suma, yes.
abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Yes. Amale? Yes,
I'll go,
anyway.
Purnimaji.
Yes, Indra.
Abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Very good.
abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Very nice. Okay. Yes, Sneha, Padmaja. Yes, Padmaja.
abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Good.
Wonderful, Padmaja. You've come a very long way. Beautiful.
Sneha, Kamala, come on. Yes.
Abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Very nice. Heli, Ramaji.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Hmm.
ಅಭಯಂ ಸತ್ವ ಸಂಶುದ್ಧಿಃ ಜ್ಞಾನಯೋಗ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತಿಃ ದಾನಂ ದಮಶ್ಚ ಯಜ್ಞಶ್ಚ ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಯಸ್ತಪ
Ārjavam.
ಆರ್ಜವಂ.
Shweta Vadiyar, Anu, Sneha.
I'll go. Abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Yes, Anu. Good.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, Shweta.
Abhayaṁ
Sattva-sanśhuddhir.
sattva-sanśhuddhir jnāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ dashyam
Damaha, damaha cha,
damaśh yajñaśh
adhyayascha,
ārjavam
tapa ārjavam. Tapa.
Can you just repeat it?
Svādhyāyah,
svādhyāyah
tapaha,
tapaha
ārjavam.
ārjavam.
Yes.
अभयं सत्त्वसंशुद्धिः ज्ञानयोगव्यवस्थितिः दानं दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आर्जवम्.
Very good. So, straight away list of the saintly virtues of those who have a divine nature. Abhayam, fearlessness. Sattva-sanśhuddhihi means a pure mind. Jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ, steadfastness in spiritual knowledge. Dānaṁ, charitable in nature. Damaha, total control of the senses. Yajna, that person is always in yajna bhava. Svādhyāya, and engaged in the study of spiritual scriptures. Tapaha, she is good in doing tapas. Any sort of discipline is called as tapas. Ārjavam, straightforward. So let us examine all this one by one. So Sneha wants to talk about abhayam, the first, fearlessness.
I'm on the road. ನಂಗೊಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬೇಕು.
No problem. ನಾನು introduction ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ.
Sure.
So why is this fearlessness one of the virtues? Why is it a wealth? See, sampat, this is a very curious word is used in this. It says sampat, Daiva Sampat, Asuri Sampat. So why sampat? Why is this term used? Sampat is wealth, is something that we have earned. Alva, Padmaja? Why this
Yes.
sampat has been used anta? Question.
Correct. It's a treasure. Any of these qualities, if someone has it, it is nothing more or less than treasure. We shouldn't measure the treasure in terms of money or dollars or rupees.
Very
This
good.
is the treasure, ultimate treasure.
Ultimate treasure. But why that Asuri thing is also called a treasure? Asuri Sampat, there he is calling it. Yeah.
Negative treasure.
Negative treasures. These are treasures because we have cultivated these things, with or without our knowledge. We have cultivated these things and very carefully we are holding on to them. Like how we hold on to our wealth. Someone who has got arrogance as a nature, he will continue to be arrogant and he has his own justification for being arrogant. Anything, we can justify anything on earth. So, Asuri Sampat also we will justify. So that's why Bhagavan calls both of these as wealths only. Sampat. And so this fearlessness is the first sampati. Yes, Nirmala.
It is the treasure for a asura. Sura has to be like that. That is his nature.
Yes.
That is his treasure.
Mm.
Just like for Deva, this is a treasure.
Yes, this is the treasure.
For
Demonic.
it depends which path you are choosing in your life. Depends on that. If it is Deva, the rule. If it is Manushya, there's a rule. If there is a Ashura, there's a rule. You cannot say, I want to be a soldier, but I'm I can't kill anybody. I'm a very very kind-hearted person. I won't kill him. How can a soldier?
He's not.
He has to have that.
It is not a bhushana for a soldier. Yeah, correct. So these are all treasures we have happily or inadvertently cultivated through our lives. So abhayaṁ. So why do we have fear in the first place? And why should...
Purnima, sorry to interrupt. Actually, I can talk about it now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please carry on.
Okay, so fearlessness, the greatest, so everyone has different types of fears. Some people have fear for water, some people have fear for heights, fear of snakes. I have a fear for snakes. That's
Okay. Hello. Sneha has gone.
I'll start with the next one. Otherwise, when Sneha comes, she can do the abhayaṁ.
Okay. All right. Do that.
Yes. So the next one is
sattva-sanśhuddhir.
sattva-sanśhuddhir. Yes. That is nothing but purity of mind, pure mind. So pure mind or the purity of the mind is a state of inner cleanliness. So our mind, it generates and harbors thoughts, sentiments, feelings, emotions every second. We have one thing or the other running on in our mind. So when these are ethical, wholesome, positive and uplifting, the mind is considered as pure. As simple as that. However, when the thoughts are unethical or degrading or some kind of negative emotions attached to it, the mind is considered impure.
Okay.
Any of the negative qualities, even the jealousy, hatred, whatever it is, the greediness, all these are, come into impure mind once it comes to that. So why does it happen? So the attachment to the objects in the mode of passion and ignorance. Attachment to the objects in the modes of passion and ignorance contaminates the mind and it becomes impure. While the same attachment that you have an attachment, you attach it to God, it just purifies it. So the attachment to the God purifies it. So this is the purity of the mind is explained. Now, if someone's mind is impure, because we have so many thoughts in our mind, some things we just don't control. So how do we purify it? One way is attachment to the God. The other, you can take an example of having a bucket of water. It can be dirty water. How do I pure it? I can just do it. So all I have to do is, however dirty it is, you keep pouring the good water into it, keep pouring it, automatically the water at a certain stage, it becomes, the dirty water will become pure. So you keep pouring the, your bhakti, your devotion, your love towards the God, do seva, do whatever you want, keep putting it, all those things, automatically this bucket will become pure, your mind will become pure. So here I think I wanted to share one example. We know the story of Satyam Company. Satyam Company's chief Ramalinga Raju. So we know that he had this 7,000 crores fraud, he has done it. So I feel that was one reason was, I think he has got very much attachment to his own sons. So whatever he was doing some kind of all things ghapla here and then transferring all that money to his sons' companies. So this is the thing, that attachment can play a role, such a role, a particular person who's so well known and doing so good, just degrades all because of the mind becomes impure. The moment it gets, the degradation starts. So we have to be every second, every moment, be conscious of this kind of thinking. What kind of thoughts are we entertaining in our mind? What are we thinking? What are we doing? So that kind of thing is required. So Daivi Sampat is a divine wealth. So all these are precious jewels of spiritual illumination. We, being in this class, discussing all this about Daivi Sampat, have to see that we incorporate all these qualities in us. Because we have to take them wherever possible. We interact with them wherever you find good, wherever we find something, just take them all, because they are yours. And you shall be truly rich and wealthy when you possess these kind of qualities, your mind. So the wise and the thoughtful should always quickly take off hold of this treasure. They find it, they just take it, they grab it. With this treasure only they can attain oneness with Paramatma. So that is about the purity of mind.
Okay.
The
Very
next
nice.
one.
Alappa, let us open this up for discussion. If anyone wants to add anything to it. Purity
Yes.
of mind. Yes.
Purity of mind.
So why
Did I
is
make some sense?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing to I mean, it's perfectly fine. So why is this sattva? The word used for mind over here is sattva. That means the mind per se, without all the baggage, the mind is always pure only. It is we who color it with our raga, dvesha and all these other qualities. Per se, it's a kora kagas. You can write whatever you want on it. Isn't it? So a sattvic mind, like Padmaja says, is a peaceful mind. So on a daily basis, how can I assess, whether I'm sattvic, how is my mind acting? See, to be aware of the mind all the time, definitely not a very easy task. We get lost. So only when something is expressed, we will know. So one thing, how you can assess yourself is on a regular basis, if not on a minute-to-minute basis. Do I respond to situations or do I react to situations? Simple. At least that much we should be able to do. Alva? So, reactions comes from what? Instinctive behavior. When we react to something, it is the mind which is reacting instinctively. Mind means raga dvesha. So, takkanta we will say something instinctive, which is it shows a lack of control, lack of awareness, lack of control. Whereas a response comes from the intellect. Intellect means viveka. It knows what is dharma, what is adharma. So this is the basic formula we should remember. Responding from the mind, raga, dvesha. Responding from the intellect, dharma, adharma. What is correct, what is not correct. That viveka, the intellect will give, but the mind is a more basic level of interaction. So, a sattva-sanśhuddhir is the mind which is more and more taking on the qualities of the intellect, which has the viveka to respond properly to situations out of consideration, which is the right way, which is the wrong way, what is dharma, what is adharma, not because of my biases, but because of proper way of filtering the facts. So that is the basic quality of the sattva mind. Yes, Nirmala ji.
When you, how to self-examine yourself.
That is the thing.
Prabhuji's best is fire. Frequency. Next, what is it? Intensity. Recovery. And then empathy. E is empathy. Frequency. Previously, how often I used to get angry. previously how intense I used to get hurt. Previously, how quickly I recovered. Now, how I quickly recover. Now, do I have some sympathy in me, empathy in me for others? These are the ways you can judge yourself. Because these things, immediately, the moment I say, you people will say, aha, I have got a way to judge others. This is not for others, I'm telling. This is for yourself. It is a yardstick with which you can measure yourself. Oh my God. Previously, I used to be so frequently impatient, unhappy, angry, and all. Now, comparatively, I'm
Much
more
better.
peaceful.
Yes.
Intense. I used to not speak for 1 month with the person who hurt me. Now, arey chodo bhai. It's okay. The intensity has come down.
Come down. Yes. Chodo.
Chodo bhai, chodo. Goli maro sabko.
Let go will come.
Yeah, goli maro sabko.
सबको ठीक है.
सबको मारो गोली. अपने को steady रखो. Recovery. Recovery means the anger will not come down at all. She said that, how dare, and told me, I have done so much for her. Ungrateful wretch.
I know.
I can't recover at all. It is going on playing in my mind. You know, when I'm angry and I hate somebody, believe it or not, I don't think about anyone else except that person. All the time.
And me, it's all about me. You know,
And
my
me,
ego is hurt.
and the other person is being so wrong. And you know, somehow I have to teach her that she will have to behave better.
So, yeah, I know, it's so horrible. Such behavior is.
Oh my God, you cannot get out of it. It comes round and round and round and round. Any thought comes, immediately this will start playing. You know, those days, there used to be a gramophone, no? There will be a slight scratch. It will go on playing, doing, doing. Same sentence will be going on singing. The same way, our mind will go round and round and round and come to the same thing. And immediately the thing will start.
Very familiar, Nirmala. It's so bad, really. It's very disturbing and corrupting also.
So, after coming to this class, the recovery rate is super.
Recovery is
super. Good. Because ek bar soch liya, okay, forget it. Bad debt. Cancel it. Forget it. Okay, she said that. So what? Forget it.
Forget it.
And I recover fast.
Yes.
And I'm to some extent peaceful because of that. Empathy. I'm traveling in a bus. I'm nicely sitting. There is a man coming with a broken leg or something. Acha, you come and sit down.
Yeah.
I stand. You know, that you do, night when you go to sleep, you'll say, how are you? At least I was able to raise up myself in that occasion. Yes. And suppose I said, Are Baba, I have come and sat down. I can't stand, Baba. Night time when you go to sleep, I should have given that sleep to that man. You know, that will come. So, these things, believe it or not, how beautifully you develop yourself. This fire is the magic word.
Yes.
Just remember, write it down and keep it steady for your self-judgment.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Nirmala ji. May I go ahead with the fearlessness anecdote that I have? Okay. So, I was saying that we face a lot of fears, and each person has different kind of fears. You know, like I have a great fear for snakes. I can't even view it, Andre, on TV or on even in the newspaper or on paper. A picture idre, I avoid it. So that is my fear, and I've heard many people have such fears for snakes.
So many phobias, Allah.
Phobias, yes. I think that's the word. Correct. It's like an inborn phobia, inborn thing. So similarly, a fear for water is there, adela ide. But the one thing I believe that we can conquer with our mind is the fear of failure. I believe that is the greatest hindrance in one's progress. Fear of failure, another. I would like to quote MS Dhoni.
Sure.
I'm a great fan of him. I usually don't miss. So whenever he used to play in the past, I've rarely missed his batting. The miss ಮಾಡಿದ್ರುನು I see it on YouTube later. And his wicket keeping, generally his game, I don't like to miss. But ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ I just watch it for the spirit of the game. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Whether the team wins or loses doesn't matter to me then. So I recently bought myself a book, a small book. It's called The 6 Success Secrets. Think and Win Like Dhoni and that. So one of the anecdotes, it says, so there's this India-Pakistan match happening. So this is in 2005 when Dhoni was not established in world cricket as yet. So Sachin Tendulkar is just out, and Sourav Ganguly is the captain, and Dhoni has been asked to go immediately at 1 down. So that is like, I mean, it was a surprise. Nobody expected it from Ganguly, but this happened. So the pressure points that Dhoni is facing is that it's a India-Pakistan match, and Sachin Tendulkar is just out with a partnership of Sehwag. It just died with a duck, Aduno. So the pressure from the spectators is there, from India, from the Indian audience is there. So I think this is a test match. So, and Dhoni ended up hitting 128 runs in out of 148 deliveries.
Amazing.
Looking at the pressure aspects, it is something phenomenal. I mean, very, very unexpected, and it's really mesmerizing. Now, how does this happen? And Aduno, those 128 runs, I mean, in those 148 deliveries, he has explored the entire stadium. Andre, he has hit the ball in all directions possible. So every ball he has just played. His focus has been to hit the ball, to use his skill. He didn't think about the fear. I mean, he didn't think about what will happen if I don't hit. What will happen if I don't, I get out. His thought never went there.
Very beautiful.
So this fearlessness that Dhoni has is world famous.
Correct.
And it's this fearlessness that helps him be in his form most of the time. In the highest of the highest pressures, even the World Cup final. I don't exactly have the numbers of it. I couldn't search for it. But the fearlessness is what stood apart.
Lovely.
So that's what he says. That so how does he manage it? How does he? How is it that he's like the Santa? So it's not that he doesn't have those fears. It's not that he doesn't get those thoughts. So I believe he has told this author. So when he is in his dressing room and he's about to go, and especially in a scenario like this, when Sourav Ganguly called him out of surprise, right? You go now, Anta. Most unexpected. So I believe he watches his mind. When he gets those thoughts, I mean, he always watches his mind. He's always calm.
Wonderful.
He does this, imaginary action of removing those thoughts and closing it, putting it in a box and closing it with a lid.
Wow, it has worked for him.
He does that, Ante. And other thing he'll do is he'll hum his favorite song, favorite tune. when the bowler is just about to just before he delivers. But once he starts running to deliver the ball, he is 100% focused on the ball.
Wow.
So that is his conquering of fear of failure.
Super. That was a very beautiful insight into the workings of Dhoni's mind and how is the best cricketer we have had. And he's going to be for a long time. Wonderful, wonderful. Chanagittu.
Thank you.
The next time you see a snake, what will you do?
I will tell myself that, yeah, it's only a fear and it's in the mind.
Yeah, you should watch the mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, recently in our apartment, there was this incident when a snake had gotten into my immediate neighbor's scooter handle.
That is scary.
A scooter handle. So I think if it was me about 10 to 15 years ago, or probably before Dharma Kshetra started, I would not have touched my scooter for about maybe a week.
True.
So Ivaga, one thing is I'm forced to do it. I have no choice. I have to use my vehicle every day. So I have to do it. So I just surrendered, I said, okay, if a snake comes out from somewhere in my scooter, or it's fine. I mean, I can't do anything about it. Om Namo Narayanaya. Ashte. Ashte.
Neha talks about this snake Allah. So I thought I'll share one snake incident.
Okay.
Year 2003, I was just recently married, and I was preparing for an Oracle exam, writing for the DB exam. And the next day, I think I have the exam. So I was studying, and husband was sleeping on the bed. My in-laws had also come. They wanted to. We were in Gurgaon, near Delhi. So they were sleeping in the other room, my mother-in-law and father-in-law. And I was sitting on the floor, and we were on the first floor. I was very deeply involved with, the reading Oracle exams thing, tables and all the rules and laws, whatever. And then I suddenly felt something on I kept my legs straight, back being, against the wall, and my legs were both the legs were straight. I've not folded my legs were straight. And suddenly I felt something was, moving on my legs. I couldn't make out what it was. I was just, so there's some sensation on my legs. So I just saw, and I saw one snake is going on my legs. So I really couldn't know anything. And I tried to call my husband. I said, Sino. And he was in a deep sleep. He didn't hear me. And I can't move because if I was scared, if I move something, then the snake is going to bite me. So I just kept just like that. I didn't move at all. It was as if the snake passed away from my legs, starting from the beginning to the end. Beginning I didn't see, but I could wave from the full. It was it's a longer snake and very thin one. Okay, and it just moved and went away fully when it crossed away from my legs and moved ahead. I just then got up and said, Sino Legama, you get up, Amma, please, you see this. He said, what is this kind of a deep sleep? I said, there is a snake, you please see what it. He said, where is it? We started searching for it, and then he found it. Then my brother-in-law was also there. Together they, removed it. It has gone somewhere else inside. Somehow they killed the snake. They found out it was Russell's viper, the most poisonous snake. I didn't know what happened. Sneha talked about the snake, and I had a lot of things with the snakes. I don't know why. From the childhood, I've seen so many incidents with the snake. So this was one thing.
You didn't move, no? That's why he didn't do anything. He thought it was a log of wood and it just went.
Correct. I was not at all, this one. There was a little fear in this one, but not that much. I could move and then get, a reaction like that. Just like you were telling, respond and this one. I think just keeping calm.
Wonderful.
You must have been a friend of the snakes in your previous janma.
Yes.
That's why you were able to keep calm. If you were keeping calm, half the problem will be solved. The animals generally wouldn't like to bite. It's only when you show your fear, the child and the animals react to your behavior. Any child, the moment they see that, they have that instinct to find out that this person is for or against me. The moment the child or the animal finds this person is against me, that is when they attack. If you keep calm,
they feel
they
threatened.
think it is my friend. The dog also, for that matter. See, usually a dog or a cat will just go through touching me. I will not react at all. Nothing happens. Because I'm not giving that, fearful waves to them.
Vibes.
That is the trick.
Yes.
Congratulations. I'm happy to meet Padmaja now.
The survivor. Yeah, Shweta, you want to say something?
Very nice, Padmaja. Great,
Yes,
very
Prabhuji.
inspiring.
I don't know if I would have reacted, I wouldn't have been, here to tell you the story also.
That's why I said I'm very happy.
Sometimes
I don't think it is inspiring, it is perspiring.
Sometimes
And also, I believe
with fear. That is also good. Paralyzed with fear, which is also true.
Correct.
Unless it's a fire, you need to run. Shweta, what do you want to say, Shweta?
I wanted to say that, see, everybody has one or other sort of fear in our mind. See, I had fear of water. See, to get into water, I used to scare a lot. If I, get into or drown, what happens? That was a thing. Maybe, this fear will come because of your last, whatever previous birth you will have. Because of that vasana only, that fear will be there in your next birth, it seems. So I thought for a while, okay, fine, this is what is there. But I made up my mind. No, I'll not get scared of water. So once I got into, pool, that was the thing where I wanted to learn swimming. So then I made up my mind. No, I have to, see, this is a fear, you have to overcome it. If you don't overcome it, lifelong it will be there inside you.
Botheration.
I just overcame with that, and I'm a good swimmer now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Amazing.
Conquering the fear.
Conquering the fear. That has to happen. And also over a period of time, if you read many books on, overcoming, conquering something. I have so many books. I am not able to, name them. It will automatically, your mindset will keep changing. There is one book I just want to tell, practicing minds, I think so, that one. It's wonderful book. It only talks about, about your mind, how well you can train your mind. I keep often reading it whenever I'm stuck with somewhere. I just keep often reading it.
Good.
I just want to tell one strange thing. It seems, I told you, it's because of the vasana. One psychiatrist, one parent took a child of fear of water. He just mesmerized her and made her go back. She went on going back so many janmas. At last, it's Mohenjo-daro times. And there in the lake, she had drowned and died. He is saying, that is the reason why till today she is afraid of water. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Yeah, very much. I can believe it. That book is there, Edgar Casey. It is full of such things only. Edgar Casey's book on reincarnation. Okay, it tells us our present behavior is completely because of our past life experiences. It's called Many Mansions. So if you can find it, it's out of print right now. So very interesting. Just it's out of syllabus, but one thing in that Edgar Casey was fascinating. There was he was a psychic. He could read people who came in front of him. He would go into a trance and read their past. So, and he would heal those people also if they had any medical problems and mental problems. So once he saw, he had a visit from a beautiful lady. She was a model for nail polish. Fingernails were very beautiful, long, and she was a model for nail polish. And so he told her, last birth, you were cleaning toilets. You were a BMTC, you were a worker. And you did your work thoroughly, beautifully, without any, resentment. And you did it as a yajna or a seva or whatever, what all we have learned in the Gita. With great dedication, she did her job. So now in this life, she was blessed with beautiful hands. And the same hands which cleaned toilets were now being used for modeling nail polish. Okay, that is out of the syllabus. Just wanted to share about this past life vasanas and how our behavior determines our present life. Yeah.
So what I understand by this fearlessness is, see, when there is some ignorance about some matter, naturally we get fear.
Correct.
Okay. Whether it comes out correctly or not, that makes our mind confused. See, when we have some plan of action, some plan, I think we do it fearlessly. Fearless. That means, see, for example, we go to one place where there's eminent people who give topics like yourself, Purnima and Padmaja, Nirmala, such people come there. If I'm asked to talk something in the stage, naturally I feel intensely fearful. What happens, whether I can talk or see, if I'm prepared for this and go there, I can fearlessly go to the stage and stand for a while and talk. So that is the simplest way of telling. See, when we understand these actions of God, we fearlessly move forward with anything, at any circumstance. That is what I understand.
Allah, why does that fear come, Ramaji? Because you feel that you won't be able to do correct justice to whatever you have to say, and then people are going to criticize you or they'll laugh at you or something like that, no?
Yeah, so no, we have ignorance about some matter. That's why we fear for it. Okay. And this fearing about this animals, what comes suddenly, all those are also fear. That fearlessness in the mind is how we react to the situation and how we prepare ourselves. That's what I understand. Okay.
The fear that my mother is talking about, that going on stage and talking in front of eminent audience, who are well versed with the subject that we are going to talk about, is also fear of failure, according to me. So with the knowledge, see, first of all, you think you're ignorant. That is a negative thought about yourself. And second thing, that you think people will judge you. That is also a negative thought. People are not there to think only about you in this world. I mean, right?
That's what I keep telling myself. It's not always about you, stupid idiot. I keep telling.
Correct. We are not the central in the universe. That people are always thinking about us. People don't want to do that. They don't have the bandwidth actually to think about someone else and judge. Okay, you are this person is good, this person is bad. Whoever does it is doing it out of for pastime. So that has no value. One thing.
No value at all.
Yes.
So higher source.
Yeah. So with these negativisms in our mind, because of this, we don't attempt. That is fear of failure. Even if you okay, I mean, it may be a fact that you don't know as much as this thing. No, that's okay. But you have an opportunity to speak what you know.
Yeah.
That's my view.
Correct.
I disagree with my mom on this.
I think Sneha,
No,
you
no,
are
you
100%
just explained.
correct.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ why I feel fearful ಅಂತ because of the unknown I feel fearful ಅಂತ which is perfect.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
also
Correct.
the another reason can be most of the time we have to watch our thoughts. So as Sneha said, no, sometimes we ourselves we do a self-destructive thoughts. No, I am not good at it. That person is so well. I can't talk like that. I am not confident.
Absolutely.
What are you telling your mind all the time?
Exactly.
You just say the other way, you just talk, forget about the rest of the world. What is that you are talking is more important. Whether you are, you observe yourself and see, okay, I can also talk. I know how to talk. You talk to your friends. I can talk the same thing in front of the group. Just consider all those as your family. And then you don't think that the way that's a different thing. It is also my family. I'm talking like that. Just talk because I know that everyone can talk. Everyone has that. The world is cruel, this is not good, that is not good. No, do not entertain any of those self-destructive thoughts. Just keep doing it.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
over a period of time, it is important what are the thoughts that you are retaining. The rest of the thoughts, just put it in the dustbin. The
Like
negative
Dhoni.
thoughts, just dump it in the dustbin and put it
Same
across
thing.
what you keep.
ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಅವಳು.
And
Yeah.
the change will automatically come without you realizing it. So the change has to come because what is important for our body's health is the right kind of food. Our mind's health, I pick up only the right kind of thoughts. That's
Yes.
all. And what is that you are picking up? If I'm watching on a TV negative things, I think I'll just change the channel and say, this is too much. I don't want to watch this. Veda. Okay, getting a news is important, but not too much of a news that it is corrupting my mind. Adu bekagilla.
They're going to
I think this is what we need
they're
to
all
do.
connected. ಹೌದು.
They're all connected.
ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ.
But you people are youngsters. When we were young, we were not allowed to talk at all. We were restricted. Here you are coming as revolutionaries. You people can express as you wish. But when we were young, we were not supposed to open our mouth. There are so many conditions. You don't open, don't speak, keep quiet. All this was taught.
Yes.
And our exposure also was not much.
That's why we were all kind of, deformities were there in our minds.
Yes. In Japan and China, why do people have small feet? Because they put them in that wooden this thing so that the child's feet doesn't grow.
Because
that's how they have.
Yeah.
They have small feet. Another thing I wanted to tell you, what is a nightmare? A nightmare is a thing when the point comes, you're so afraid that you wake up. If you just had allowed it to play a little more after that shot, believe it or not, you would have gotten over that nightmare.
Right.
Until that point only, it is fearful. After you go, then you will know, oh, nothing happened really. Like that.
Yeah. All good points. But this fearlessness, wind it up. I will summarize whatever has been said. In the context of Vedanta, in the context of this particular chapter, what God is telling us is there are fearlessness. Even tamasic people can be very fearless. Criminals can be fearless. How? ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾರನ್ನೋ ಹೊಡೆದು ಚರ್ಚಾಕ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ಇವಾಗ ಅಗೈನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಪ್ ದೇರ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ರೇಪಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್? That is tamasic fearlessness. He just doesn't know or doesn't care about the consequences because his vasanas they are so overpowering. So that kind of fearlessness is not what we are talking about. Not Krishna is advocating that kind of fearlessness. And then there is rajasic fearless. See, in all the qualities that we are going to discuss henceforth, these three have to be kept in mind. Tamasic, rajasic, sattvic. In that light only we have to see every quality. So what is this rajasic fearlessness? Where you are fearless because you have a backup plan in life. For example, a politician, he can do criminal acts, But he knows he has got the judges under him. He has got gundas. He has got money power. He has got so many things to back him up. So he will go and do things. Or you invest in the stock market, you will play with some money. But because you have some money nest stacked away, so you don't mind playing with this money. You have some backup. So that is a rajasic fearlessness. That is also not what God is talking about. Here we need to be concerned only with sattvic fearlessness. Even the little fears that we spoke about today, fear of snake or this or that, talking, they're all very, very, very superficial. They do not define me at all. It is not the definition of sneha or rama or anyway. Yes, carry on, Kamala. So it is really, they're really superficial. What I have to ask myself, and all of us have to ask, am I sattvikal? Is my fearlessness, whatever little fearlessness, is it sattvic in nature? For example, a wandering monk, okay? He is fearless. He is not worried where his next meal is coming from. He has surrendered to God. Sharanagati. I am a monk. I have to go and ask for bhiksha. Whatever falls on my plate, I will eat. That kind of fearlessness he has, which comes from complete faith in God and complete surrender to his cause of a monk life. This is how I'll be, Anta. So in the face of these uncertainty, see, life itself is uncertain. Completely. We don't know. Kal kya hoga? Kal ho na ho. We don't know. In that kind of uncertainty, are you fearless? That is the test of a fearless sattvic mind. And you know the story of Kabir, the poet who is of indeterminate pedigree. He's a Muslim, he's a Hindu, we don't know. This Kabir or one such sadhu, one such Mahatma, they used to beg for food. And then at the end of the day, he would discard the food. He would collect only enough food that to last for only one day, bhiksha. He wouldn't collect more because tomorrow God will look after me. Why should I hold food for tomorrow? That kind of faith. Though they were not, Papa, they were living hand-to-mouth existence. They were living hand-to-mouth only. But so much faith in God. Tomorrow my food will come from somewhere. Dane dane pe likha hai. So this is out of jnana, this fearlessness comes. Out of sharanagati it comes. Out of bhakti it comes. So this is the kind of bhakti that, what about Prahalada, Bhakta Prahalada? Absolute fearlessness. Why? God will, Narayana will look after me. You throw me into fire, you throw me into the snake pit, you throw me from the cliff, Narayana will look after me. That kind of innocent faith and bhakti in God makes him Bhakta Prahalada, makes the Asura also a Deva. He was born in an Asuric family. So all these things are examples of sattvic fearlessness. One more example I have is Vivekananda. When he went to Chicago, when he was on a ship to go to Chicago, not a penny in his pocket. Often quoted, Vivekananda stories, he is the epitome of fearlessness. Swami Vivekananda. So he didn't have a single pie. He was sitting on the ship and he didn't know where he will land, where he will stay. And then suddenly an Indian comes and sits beside him and says, "Are you Swami? Are you Vivekananda?" Because by that time he was quite famous. "Yes, I am so and so. I am Vivekananda." "Where are you going?" "I am going to Chicago." "Oh, I am also going to Chicago." "Very good." Then that man asks, "Where will you stay?" "I live in Chicago." Vivekananda says, "Probably I am going to live with you." A person just came who was a fan of Vivekananda, and he was right there, and he was willing to give him bed, boarding and lodging. So that is how
it is God who will arrange all those things for such kind of soul santana, I feel always.
Because his path was Dharma. He was on a Loka Kalyana mission.
Correct.
When we are on that kind of mission, everything will fall into place.
Turn into our favor only.
Everything. That is the main thing, yaar. Are you being selfish or selfless? Number one. If there is selflessness in your acts, in my acts, definitely universe will pitch in, because that is the dharma of the universe. Selflessness is the main thing. So in my thought, speech and action, I should always be, again, that is also a quality of sattva-sanśhuddhir. Pure mind only can be selfless. Pure mind only can think of loka kalyana. All these things are there.
And this is pure mind is achieved by doing by yoga. It is called the taming of the mind. The Prabhuji says, I've watched one of the videos where he talks about the body mind has to be purified through yoga, the purity. And that is called the taming of the mind. Otherwise, our mind is like a monkey mind, Anta. It is always restless. And the realization is not possible for such kind of minds. They cannot understand. This mind needs to be tamed. And to overcome this monkey mind, spiritual sadhana is a must. How do you do the spiritual sadhana is up to you, but it has to be done. That is a preparation for, to go to the next level. Right. This is what I've got from Prabhuji's one of the videos.
Very correct.
That's what he says that.
Last example I want to share about this pure mind. One nimsha. See, there's an illustration in this slide. There is some boy hanging from a tree. Okay. Again, that is Vivekananda. It's story from the life of Vivekananda. As a boy also, he was fearless. He had no loka kalyana. See, there are several stages of, how one develops in life. As a child also, he was fearless. Why? Because he was a naughty boy. Okay. But, so this was a mango tree or a champaka tree or some tree, and the owner of the tree used to be very angry because this little boy would hang upside down and all his flowers would fall and destroy his beautiful, that foliage. And so one day this man came and told Vivekananda, this boy, Naren, he says, look, you should not hang from the tree because there's a ghost who lives in the tree. Anta. Aita. So Vivekananda says, okay, but sorry. So next day, again, he does the same thing. So that man, the friend asked this Naren, aren't you scared? That man just told you there's a ghost in the tree and he will catch you if you hang upside down. So what did little Naren do? He laughed. He said, my dear fellow, I've been hanging upside down for so long. If there was a ghost, it would have already caught me. See, that is why his name was Vivekananda. So much clarity in the head, even at such a young age. So, when I have that clarity, I will not fear. Sometimes I fear unnecessarily, I will fear. But one step back, you analyze the situation, the fear will go. Isn't it? So, yeah, these are all the qualities of a fearless person. Good. We have covered 2 qualities. Now, hey, I want to end with one beautiful quote that I have. Please allow me, because that is very relevant for us right now. Aita, one nimsha. I will quote that is from Nisargadatta Maharaj. It is very relevant for all us as mumukshus, those who are on the spiritual path. Okay. Nisargadatta Maharaj says, liberation is a matter of courage. See, we are all looking to be liberated from this cycle of samsara of birth and death. We want to be liberated. So Nisargadatta says, liberation is a matter of courage. What is that courage? To believe that you're already free and you act on it. So the belief comes that I am free, I am liberated. And then the fear goes. And then with standing from that standpoint, all your actions have to happen. This is for a mumukshus. So I am a non-entity, I am useless. That negative talk, we have to discard it and go completely with a positive mindset like Dhoni. I have already scored 120. I have already scored a ton. I have already walked through the, with my back through the innings. With this kind of mindset, we have to go. We have to go on stage and sing a song. I have done a wonderful job, and then go. So it's a matter of courage. It is fearlessness that can take us through the worst journey of life. And the beautiful journey also, this fearlessness is required. Like Nisargadatta Maharaj says, I believe I'm already free. And then from that standpoint, I act. Like how little...
It has to be sattvic fearlessness.
A sattvic only. See, liberation, moksha and all sattvic only. Otherwise, it will be, God will not allow, that universe will not allow only, no, to progress. All these Ravana, Suras and all, they all went for moksha only. With a rajasic and tamasic fearlessness, they went. They did horrible tapas. And when the time comes, they ask for the stupid boon. Instead of, see, we saw in the Bhagavatam, what did we see? Devaki and Vasudeva. They were moha, too much moha. So when God stood in front of them, they asked for, you come as my son. No, when you're standing there, when God is standing there in front of you, ask for moksha. You know. So, see, this fearlessness, sattva-sanśhuddhir, all intertwined. Purity of mind is always on moksha. You can have a pure mind, but still with moha. The mind with moha is not a pure mind, isn't it? So many things are there. Very nice. We can connect each quality. All the 26 qualities we can connect with each other. All right, let us close for the day.
Purnima, I think we'll end up talking about one quality per class.
Yeah, and it is important because we need to clear it, no? It is very
Great. This is amazing.
Alva.
Yeah.
Anybody else wants to pitch in about this fearlessness, any other perspective or purity of mind? Please, you're welcome.
I think I have a story, but I'll share it next week.
8:06. Is it a long story, short story?
It's a little long, so next week.
Actually, while meditation, we'll see some images now. So that will create some fear. Why I'm seeing that? That will come under which one? I don't know. You have to help me.
Please say it again. What fear?
While doing meditation, some fire images or I used to see like that.
All vasanas only, Vinaya. All the vasanas, some fears, everything will come to it will play on the mind only. And basically, all fear stems from strong identification with the body-mind complex. Basically,
yes.
That is the bottom line. Strong identification is BMI. Whereas,
I think to answer Vinaya's question, Purna, if you just give me 1 minute. I think it is basically, Vinaya, whenever you get any such kind of things, I think I have learned in one of those things, they say, whenever you have your mind you feel is drifting away or getting into wrong thoughts or anything, any other things, just come back to the focus of your breath. Just watch your breath. I think things will settle down. So just try that out maybe.
Don't run away with the images. Don't let the mind go behind those thoughts and bring it back. That's the essence of meditation.
Understood.
Yes. Okay. All right. Oh.
Vinaya, what exactly happened, Vinaya?
Wait, let me close the session.
1 minute, I want to know. My head is...
I know. We will close the prayer, then we can continue. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormam amritam gamaya. Om shanti shanti shanti. Nanimbudu nanalla ideha manabuddhi nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om